Now in KOMO News, religion becomes a flashpoint this Memorial Day weekend.
Today, the president demanding that houses of worship open and declare them as essential.
Today, I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogue, and mosques as essential places that provide essential services.
President Trump wants religious services to start up immediately and called on governors to lift any bans on such gatherings, saying he will override them if they don't. KOMO's Joel Moreno live tonight in Seattle, where he spoke to local faith leaders about the restrictions here in Washington. Joel?
Well, guidance was supposed to come out earlier this week, Preston, on the reopening, but the governor pushed pause, and now some people are ready to side with the president.
St. Mark's Episcopal Cathedral will sit empty this holiday weekend and for some time to come.
We will not be in the first wave of churches reopening.
Reverend Steve Thompson says their live stream attracts more people than their in-person services. And even at President Donald Trump's urging, they're in no rush to reopen.
It may take us several more weeks, even months perhaps.
The pastor at our church sees it differently.
Well, I perceive that the president's comment gives us a lot more latitude.
Already offering drive-in services, Pastor Dean Curry says with proper safety measures, attending church is just as safe as a big box store.
We'll probably open up to small, controlled gatherings in the middle of June. But we want to do it safe, and we want to do it in the best interest of people.
Curry says he'll gauge how concern levels go, but won't wait on the governor because church is essential.
Yeah, he's got a hard job, but there are constitutional considerations.
Members of Idris Mosque are meeting on Facebook. A spokesperson says they'll follow state guidance to reopen. Leaders at St. Mark's agree, saying there's no room for mistakes.
The worst thing from my perspective would be that someone contracted the COVID-19 infection and suffered as a result of coming to church.
Catholic bishops across the state say they also want to bring people back to Mass, but they are still working out how to do so safely. Back to you.
And President Trump's demands are not swaying Governor Inslee when it comes to reopening places of worship. A spokesperson for Inslee says he, quote, continues to work with spiritual leaders and health experts to identify ways to do this safely. While we have read the president's comments, there is no order, and we think he understands at this point that he can't dictate what states can or cannot open. Full Measure Cheryl Atkinson sat down with President Trump for an exclusive interview on the reopening of religious services across the country. That interview airs this Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on KOMO.